first group of white South Africans granted refugee status has arrived in the U.S. Deputy Secretary of State Christopher Landau greeted them at Dulles Airport in Virginia on Monday.
The president made it clear that Afrikaners in South Africa who were the victims of unjust racial discrimination would be welcome to come to the United States.
President Donald Trump has blocked mostly non-white refugee admissions from the rest of the world, but in February offered to resettle Afrikaners, the descendants of mostly Dutch settlers. The move has drawn criticism from Democrats and stirred confusion in South Africa.
Because they're being killed, and we don't want to see people be killed.
Trump made those comments on Monday when asked why South Africans were being prioritized. He did not provide evidence.
But it's a genocide that's taking place that you people don't want to write about, but it's a terrible thing that's taking place, and farmers are being killed. They happen to be white.
South Africa maintains there is no evidence of persecution, and that claims of a, quote, white genocide in the country have not been backed up by evidence. The once ruling white minority has retained most of its wealth amassed since colonial times, and still own 3/4 of private land, with about 20 times the wealth of the black majority. That's according to international academic journal The Review of Political Economy. But the claim that white South Africans face discrimination has become an established trope in right-wing online chat rooms, one that's been echoed by Trump's white South African-born ally Elon Musk. A spokesperson for the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services said on Friday that more arrivals are expected in the coming months.
Hey, Shalom. I want to start by giving all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Akakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well, who taught me this truth through the Holy Spirit through Akakwadash, and Shalom to the elect. Yesterday this came down, I just started seeing this, and there's an uproar about this, okay? These South Africans, which are Edomites, okay, claiming, that they have been genocided against, and it's all hypocritical. Matter of fact, let me get this. It's all hypocritical, but this is how we know this man is a devil, okay? This is how we know this man, fits everything that we say about him, okay? Because he goes down to South Africa and murders all those people, basically, genocides them, and then he claims that he's being genocided. This is the book of John 8:44. It says, "Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father will ye do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and a father of it." So when he says that, genocide happened to him, really he's the one that's done it, okay? And this is why these people over there in Africa, are so fervent to get him out of there, okay? And there was an old video I did, how they were talking about kill the Boer, right? And because these people were so enraged at the so-called white man and what he's done to not the people that live there, the country, the wildlife. This man is just a destroyer, okay? And now, now that the so-called white man, okay, because the white man in America is losing power, right? The baby boom generation was responsible for a lot of their people, okay? If you look at white people, just take a glance at them, and majority of them are old, okay? And why is that? Because the younger ones aren't procreating like they used to, okay? And this is why Esau, he's upset at Jake. All right, he's saying Jake is taking over, and he there's nothing he can do about it, okay? Because he's just not reproducing, okay? And what they're doing here lately is they're bringing all these Ukrainians, okay? During this Ukraine war, they said that a lot of these Ukrainians were dying or being killed But really, what they were doing was sending these Ukrainians to America. Okay. And now, and now they're sending these South Africans over here. Okay, in an attempt to restock, their numbers. Okay, restock the pond, with fresh, Edomite faces. Okay, and these people will be given free reign to rule over Jake. Okay, they'll be given loans and housing. And in 10 years, they'll surpass Jake, and it'll just, it'll keep going on and on. All right, because uh, uh, this is how it works, right? This is part of those curses. Okay, the stranger. Matter of fact, let me get it. This is You know, and these people are the worst kind of devils. Okay, and it, really, I just say that just to say it, but really, all these devils are terrible. Okay, and you know, this is what we're gonna have to be facing. This is Deuteronomy 28. Um, bear with me. 28 and 43, it says, "The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high." You know, and it'll be a short period of time before these devils, okay, who are probably murderers, okay, who knows what kind of criminal records they have. They've been over there killing Africans, okay. Before you know it, these people will be police, okay. They'll be landowners, you know, they'll be the farmers here, okay, over your food and crops. How much worse will it get? Okay, these are the type of people, you know, that they'll bring in here to keep control, man. All right. It says, "The stranger that is within thee shall get up very high, and thou shalt come down very low." So this is why we need, you know, Yahweh Shai to come back, and this will show you that this man is a devil, man. Okay, he's accusing people of genociding him when that's exactly what he's doing, and now they don't have any problem bringing him over here. Okay, and this is causing heavy division amongst these Edomites. Matter of fact, I think I have another article. Okay, this is from the Daily Signal. And my damn internet doesn't even want to load up for some reason. Because these people are disgusting. It says, "The left says the quiet part out loud. Whites need not apply for asylum." Okay, and these right wingers are mad at the left wingers, you know, that they're bringing in Jake. Okay, and these people are bringing in Edomites, you know, and it's causing a stir. It says, "It looks like your liberal neighbors will have to take down their refugees welcome signs now." Hey, really, this is a beautiful thing, man. Okay, this is you know, these people are being found liars and hypocrites. Okay, and it's just making them bad, look bad throughout the world. Okay, it says a small group of South African refugees arrived in the United States Monday, bearing flags. Okay, so and it says small group. Okay, but we know. Okay, and the video just said there'll be more coming. Okay, because that's how it starts. Okay, when you turn on the faucet, you get a trickle first, and then the flood comes down. Okay, and Elon Musk is a South African. Okay, so expect all the rest of these South Africans to come too. Let me get this real quick. This is Ecclesiasticus, the book of Sirach, 13 and 22. I'll start at 20. It says, "As a proud man hate humility, so doth the rich abhor the poor. A rich man beginning to fall is held up by his friends." Okay, and this is how we know that in that parable of Lazarus and the rich man, it's talking about Esau Edom, man. Okay, because he's receiving all the goods in his time, because we living in his blessing. Okay, but his time's coming to an end. It says, "But a poor man being down is thrust away by his friends. When a rich man is fallen, he had many helpers." Okay, and these devils, you know, that it's publicly known. Okay, it's widely known that these people murdered millions of Africans down there. Could have been Jake. Okay, could have been Jake. You know, could have been Hamites. Nevertheless, you know, they're not discriminatory in who they kill. Hey, they'll kill each other. Okay, but we know that they'll also, you know, find a way to keep power. Okay, because these devils, you know, they always like to act like they're divided, and that's part of the trick of the so-called white man. Okay, because he knows that everybody's gonna follow what he does. Okay, so if he gets in here and act like he's divided, okay, everybody else is gonna try to do the same thing. But really, behind closed doors, this man is This man is knit tighter than a virgin, man. Okay, these Africans, these Edomites, all right, are knit tighter than a virgin. Okay, they're not divided. Okay, they go in here into these meetings and they go back into their city councils. Which Jake, he's never there. Okay, and they all are on one accord. Okay, but they know you watching, so they'll act like they're divided, and you'll fall right in line. Right, you'll think that's what you have to do to come together. Okay, but that's definitely not the case, man. This man is a devil, and he's not to be trusted. Okay, it says when a rich man is fallen, he had many helpers. He speak things not to be spoken. Right, this man said they're committing genocide on him, knowing full well he committed genocide. Okay, but this is how they smooth things over in the public, because the people, when they think of South Africa, they think of apartheid. Matter of fact, let's look up that apartheid. Okay, let's see exactly what apartheid is, and understand that these are the people that they brought here. Okay, so this is gonna even kick it off more, Jacob's trouble. Okay, and this is another set of people. Okay, threats for you, Jake. Because these people are seasoned at killing Jake. All right. And these Democrats, they're gonna have to take it on the chin. It says apartheid is a South African word meaning apartness or separation, segregation. Okay, this is what these people are known for. The name of the policy that governed relations between white and South African. Okay, so these people are known for that. Right. Let's look up how many South Africans were killed in apartheid. Okay. So it says right here, South Africa reported that 21,000 South Africans died from political violence during the apartheid era. Okay, and this is grossly, underreported. Okay, this is grossly underreported. But either way, right? If it was one person, okay, and nobody paid for it, hey, these devils, are guilty. All right, and this is why these Africans want them out of there. All right, and that's only probably during a shootout, okay, or a war. But trust and believe, these devils gave them all kind of medication. Okay, they poisoned them. They poisoned their water. Okay, they shut them off into a corner. Right? How many people unjustly died during that, man? Okay, the number is probably astronomical. All right, and this is also how we know that this damn devil Esau Edom is like in the Cain man. Okay, because he's a vagabond in the street. All right, let me get this. This is Genesis 4 and 14. It says, "Behold, I'll start at 13. And Cain said unto the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, my punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth, and it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me." Okay? And this is why Esau, he's always moving around. Okay, them damn Germans, they got up out of there. Okay, they got up out of Edom. Okay, they got up out of the Caucasus Mountains. This devil is always moving around. Okay, because he's a vagabond in the street. Okay, he's a damn homeless man. He's a murderer trying to escape judgment. Okay, but he came to the right place. Okay, matter of fact, bring all them devils over here. Okay, because they're going to see the judgment of the Lord. Let me read this in the Amplified version. Genesis 4 and 13. It said, Cain said unto my Lord, my punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, you have driven me from the face of your land, excuse me, from the face of the land, and from your face I will be hidden, and I will be a fugitive and an aimless vagabond on the earth. Okay? Matter of fact, let me read this one. Genesis 4 and 11. It says, I'll start at 10. And the Lord said, what have you done? The voice of your brother's innocent blood is crying out to me from the ground for justice. And now you are cursed from the ground. Okay? And these people sit up here and act like they farmers, but really they are cursed from the ground. Okay? And who knows how many South Africans they had over there working for them on their farm, to where they were probably sharecropping and the South Africans weren't getting anything. Okay? Because Esau is cursed from the ground, because he goes back to Cain. It says, which has opened his mouth to receive your brother's blood from your hand. It says, when you cultivate the ground, and these people consider themselves farmers, man. Okay? And this is why our food is defiled and weak. Okay? Because the Lord said, when he cultivates the ground, it shall no longer yield its strength. It says it will resist producing good crops. Okay? And this is why this devil got genetically modified this, and engineered food, and just all kind of folly, man. All right? For you shall be a fugitive and a vagabond, roaming aimlessly on the earth, in perpetual exile, without a home, a degraded outcast. Okay? And this is exactly what these devils are looking like. Okay? A bunch of degraded outcasts. Alright? And we know wherever they go, it ain't long for they got to pack up their bags and get the hell out of here. But the Lord got them in the right place. Okay? Because they ain't going to have to move out of here from this one. They're going to catch them missiles right over here. Okay? So I hope they make themselves at home, and live it up, man. Matter of fact, let me get this. Hey, live it up. Okay? Because this is your final thrill, man. Let me get it. This is Lamentations 4 and 20. 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter Edom, that dwelleth in the land of Uz. Okay, Uz is U.S. Okay, matter of fact, all them Edomites need to come over here. Okay, it says, the cup also shall pass through unto thee, thou shalt be drunken and make thyself naked. Okay, so they better be enjoying this. Okay, because it ain't gonna be too much longer for the missiles start flying. All right, and I can go into how the devil is being divided. Okay, but hey, we going through that thoroughly, and this is just another log on the fire. All right, but make no mistake about it, man. These devils are here, they're recruiting in their ranks. Okay, they're rising up. Hey, they're bringing the worst of the worst. Okay, these people are Nazis as well. Okay, the Ukrainian are Nazis. Okay, so we're about to see, a fight for power here. Okay, and this is gonna lead into Second Ezra's. Okay, the 15th, 16th chapter is gonna lead into, martial law. Okay, this is gonna stoke the fuels of hatred. Okay, and you got the prophets out here, calling out the judgment. Hey man, this is a beautiful scene in the movie, man. Okay, and this is a beautiful thing. So don't be dismayed, man. Okay, these things have to happen. Has to get worse. All right, but hey, be on the lookout. Be vigilant. Be wise. Okay, be circumspect. All right, because hey, the devil, right, seeketh whom he may devour. Okay, so don't let him get you, man. Okay, don't trust these people. Never trust thy enemy. All right, just keep praying and doing the right thing. All right, I'm gonna end it right there. Lord's will, you was edified. I end it by giving all honor and glory to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai B'Shem Rakakwadash. Shalom.